Thursday, August 15th. We have just left Dawson City and taking the free ferry across the Yukon River to begin our next leg of our travels. We will be traveling across the river here and hooking up with the highway called Top of the World Highway. A little bit of a dirt road shortcut across to the Alaskan border. It's called the Top of the World Highway because rather than following the valleys of mountains that most highways do, they built this highway on top of the mountains. We hear it's pretty spectacular, so we're looking forward to this drive today. So we're still climbing the top of the world. Feels more like the edge of the world here as we approach the Canada-US border. We've been driving for 100 kilometers here, literally middle of nowhere, literally top of the world highway. Scary, as Alice said.
Hi.
How's it feel, Don?
It's a two-hander.
So this is our border crossing from Yukon into Alaska. They must live here.
The rest of the drive continued to be a little bit hairy. There were no guardrails on the road whatsoever. In many cases, there were drops off the road that would mean certain death. Also, on the corners, when pulling the 40-foot trailer, you really needed to watch the back wheels to ensure that the trailer didn't fall off the road, pulling us down.
We're at Sourdough Campground in Tok, Alaska, where they are roasting sourdough pancakes. And part of the fun is that in the evening, the proprietors host a pancake toss. And you get to throw the sourdough pancakes into a bucket. If you get it into the bucket, you get free breakfast. And so 3 of us won last night. So we got our 3 free breakfasts.
And then they have to pay for one of them.
Looking forward to it.
Go!
After 1,422 miles, we have finally made it to Delta Junction at the end of the Alaska Highway.
Woohoo! We're here in Fairbanks, where we've arrived at the local fish hatchery. This is one of the most advanced fish hatcheries in the nation. They currently stock or produce over 300,000 fish per year, primarily focusing on Arctic char, rainbow trout, salmon, both Chinook and king, as well as some other species. They take the fish eggs, incubate them, and then as they grow, transport them to the different tanks. Here at the Alaska Raw Fur Company, where they have a lot of different pelts from the different areas, from trappers in the local area. As you can see here, you get some really nice beaver. All of the furs have been tanned. We have all sorts of different animals, wolverine along the back, some nice white Arctic fox over there. Here we have a lot of these black bears, some nice timber wolves. The size of these animals are huge.
After a lot of deciding, we decided to get rabbit fur. It's so soft.
We're at the Ice Museum in Fairbanks. We just watched a 20-minute video and now we get to walk around in the cooler and try the different ice sculptures. So Alice, are you driving? Sure, ladies. What are you drinking? Alaskan Amber.
Alaskan Amber. We went to Eleanor's, who is a dog sled racer. She has 3 puppies and 35 dogs. We got to feed the dogs. We gave them some kibble and some salmon that we cooked up in her cooker. We use hot water so the food doesn't freeze in the winter. When we fed some of the dogs, the other dogs that haven't got fed yet were very impatient. They kept on barking until they were fed.
Yeah. You got one too, Lucy? And Alice has a friend here too. Hello, sweetie.
After dinner, the dogs thanked us with their evening howl.
From Fairbanks, we headed south to Denali National Park. Within Denali, there's only one road that runs for about 100 miles into the interior of the park. People are allowed to drive only 15 miles in on their own, which we did the first night, and saw wonderful scenery and came across a number of moose.
This is how we spend our evenings in the trailer doing face masks. Alice is foaming.
Hey.
Dog sleds are often used in Denali in the wintertime, and we got to see a demonstration of how excited the dogs are to pull sleds.
We are in Denali and we just got on a bus to go up and see some wildlife and just go on the top of the mountains and see what it's like. And it's pretty amazing. We've seen some grizzly bears, lots of caribou, and yeah.
We also saw quite a few moose today, but these ones were a lot closer to us. There were some really spectacular mountain and water views all along the trip.
I said, word. It's cold in here. There must be some snow in the atmosphere.
It was really quite scary driving along the side of the mountain in this bus because it was such a tiny road, but also the steep drop off the edge. And I can see why they wouldn't let regular cars just drive through. But all in all, the views were amazing.
We are currently stopped on the highway. We're about halfway between Denali and Anchorage, heading south. We had heard that there was forest fires in the area and that there might be some problems. We're stopped right now. We're waiting for an escort to take us the 35 miles on the highway, kind of through the danger zone, so to speak. Don't know what it's going to amount to, but there's definitely the smell of smoke in the air. It's kind of hazy all day. The views of the mountains around us have been really compromised. We can't see much of anything, so it should be interesting.
Having a picnic lunch at one of the largest and busiest float plane landing strips in the world.
Around the entire lake were float and land planes owned by private and commercial pilots.
You can see the gun attached to the wing of the white plane there. Got to keep it handy, I guess, for whatever need arises.
Here we got one.
In Anchorage, I got to have a private lesson with Coach Leon, a level 6 world's coach at Alaska Athletics. Yummy, yummy.
We are at Alaska Wildberry Products in Anchorage,
standing in front of the 20-foot chocolate fountain with over 3,400 pounds of chocolate in it.
Fat.
And so, a really awesome chocolate store. What did you girls get?
I got 4 thick layers of chocolate.
And I got my white chocolate cookies and cream bar.
Awesome. And the sign up there, Alice, says no diving or swimming in the chocolate. Oh,
Darn it.
We spent the day at the Alaska State Fair. We got to hang out with the fair queens. Amber and Lucy took in a concert. And the girls got close to the farm animals. As we headed into the interior of Alaska, the smoke continued to hinder some of the beautiful views. We decided to stop for the night at a campsite along one of the river. The girls got industrious and decided to build a dam over part of the river. Beautiful.
Lucy's striking it gold in the Klondike there, except we're not in the Klondike anymore. And Alice has got her Oreo s'more going on there. All is good. We are on the island from our campsite.
My idea.
Alice worked hard to build us a bridge, a rock bridge across the little creek there. And here we are enjoying our time.
I think we all got a little wet.